Alright, welcome to my YouTube channel, and I want to show you guys how you literally can use Trendline to make money. This Trendline strategy always work, especially if you are trading coins like gold, BTC USD, XAE USD. These three pair Trendline would always work over and over and over and over again. And so, let's go straight into the chart. How to be able to use Trendline to be able to make profit from the financial market. All right, so now if you want to make money off trend line, this is a silver chart, right? So let's use gold. So I'm not teaching you how to do top-down analysis. If you don't know how to do top-down analysis, go to the video on my chart. All right, now so basically, um, one rule of trend line is always use trend line following the direction of the market. So for example, if the trend of the market is a bullish market, on the higher time frame. So when you come to the lower time frame where you'd love to execute, make sure that you always stick. Even though there's a sell, just wait for the buys. Be patient, right? So what's most of you do? You like always fighting to get a trade. You just want to trade. You want to trade. Sometimes I can come now, maybe price has passed a very decent level. I might not find trading opportunity till the next day. So you have to be very, very patient. This game is a game of patience. So you don't just draw now and just want to enter, right? Sometimes you draw it and you draw your trend line, but you are not finding any opportunity. You just have to wait, right? So market you. So that's another rule. So now let's say here is let's use the 1 hour time frame from our experience for this experiment. So now look at here. So what is the law of trend line? Is where market has touched at least anywhere market has touched at least 2 to 3 times. So you can see here. All right. So look at here. Look at it here. The idea is that when market touched that level, it would go up. So let's go look at the 15-minute time. What do you see here? You see that price bounced here, it bounced a second time, the third time. Look at the liquidity came. But if you always know that some people now would have sold, right? Why would they sell? They see this breakout and they say, oh, it's selling, it's selling. But on the higher time frame is a bullish market. Market will always respect the structure, right? So many people have fall trap of this. But what happened if you're a wise trader once it has break and you see that it has closed above here and it touched this line again? This is when a good time to go in for a buy, right? So now this is how to be able to use it at least 2 to 3 bounces. So you can see I drew this on the 1 hour time frame, and what happens? You see that um, you see that what did you see? The market has touched this level, then it touched this level. Now it broke this level. Fake breakout occurred here. But if you go to 15 minutes, you see it very well. You see it touched the fake liquidity sweep. But what happened? There was the news. And what happened? You see that at the end of the squeeze, just retested the line and just go above. Imagine that you were always just patient, following the trend and trading trend line and drawing a trend line. And when market bounce on that trend line, you enter for a buy, maybe target 200 pips. Easily on gold, you can find 200 pips with this strategy every single day I do it. But sometimes the thing is that you might not be able to find trading opportunity every day, right? But usually, if you are trading New York session, you always find trading opportunity. Let's look at it on BTC USD. So this BTC USD chart. This BTC USD chart. So now you see that now market is on a downtrend, right? So even though I go to the weekly, the downtrend. So why will you be buying in this market? Even though you are saying buy, why will you buy? Why? That's why most people lose their money. Always follow the trend. So now I've come to the 1 hour time frame. Let's say I'm looking for trading opportunity now to sell. Right? How do I draw my trend line now? Based on this. So I'll draw a line here. Draw a line here. So you have very thoughtful when doing this. So now here's a trend line here. So let's shrink it. So you see market touch here one, touch here two, touch here. You see the breakout which we tested this line. So now let's broke this trend line, right? So now this is very tricky because now there's no trend line up there. So now if I should enter this trade now, I would use my support and so now there's no trend line clearly here. But look at the idea. See when it touched here, it came down. When it touched here, it came down. The third. When it gets here, you would have entered. You see, it look like you want to sell, but at least you would, if you have done it one, two, you would have made money, right? You'd have just lost money once. So most times it will always work. But now there's no trend line here. There's no trend line there. No trend line. But that's basically the idea of trend line. Always looking for your entry. Usually, if you are a day trader, always just come and spot it on when you've done your top-down analysis, you've identified the main trend and you've come to your execution time frame. Usually, trend line just helps you to be able to mark your entry point. It's very if you are trying to buy, you have a good chances of having a good entry if you buy from a trend line, right? Or if you're trying to sell, you sell from a trend line. That entry is very perfect and you'll always be able to maximize the opportunity. So I'd like you to go to your chart, learn how to identify this when you are looking for your confluences and look and try to use it for your entry. So thank you so much. If you got value from this video, please do well to subscribe to these videos. Thank you very much. I look forward to seeing you on the next episode.